How to bead castle stone joints. You might be saying, what is this? It's a guitar pick. No, just kidding. It is a piece of rain gutter downspout. And we get a perfect bead with it because it's nylon, plastic or whatever. It's pliable and it is able to slide across the mortar, creating a bead type mortar joint. So you want to make sure you get in the center of the brick or stone. After we're done with that, we will cut the excess off with our margin trowel, what have you. And then we will be able, if you get into a spot where it's kind of not working, just get a little bit of mud on your bead joint or your bead key, whatever you want to call it. Oops. I should have brought glasses because I can't see anything close. I think that's it. There we go. Oops. I need some wet stuff. There we go. You gotta be. My problem is my gloves hitting it, so I don't want that to happen. So there's a pretty straight bead. Don't worry about the outside, just look at the inside. And that's what we're specializing in right now. So now, don't lose your key ring. I get my for a little bit. So here we go. Let's just start right here where we had problems. And that's what you want to do, is kind of swipe it downward towards the stone. Kind of push in and scrape down. Get that little excess part off. Really need a steady, and I'm sure you can use any kind of trowel here. I know that my wife was using a pointy one. Some people, or not people, us, sometimes we use a tuck pointer. I'm not saying other people don't do it, I'm just saying I don't know any that does yet. I'm sure there are. But you can use whatever, and I was using a putty knife yesterday. That works pretty good. This one was just closest to me. So that's what we want to do. Is cut the joint downward towards the stone, and then of course on top of the joint you want to go upward. And of course we're going to probably have to go over little portions of this, hopefully not too much. And I probably should have let it dry a little more first, but for the sake of the battery on the recorder, I don't want to leave it on pause too long. And so this is a little bit more difficult when it's wet, so I would recommend, if you do this, let it dry for about 5 minutes, then come back and cut it. That way your bead is nice and tough. If you hit it, it won't dismark it from the slick, and then you won't have to redo so much. It's really easy to do, and this process actually wasn't easy to figure out. I've tried many different processes of trying to do this, and finally came up with a pretty easy process. And I think the key was that rain gutter jointer that I made. And the best part about those is you can get about 20 of them for one downspout sleeve. You know, they're only, what, 69 cents for. So as far as this mortar touching the stone, don't worry about that, because and I'll just stop right here, and we will demonstrate.